afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to the Done Creative. Before we get into this pick a card reading, I just wanted to let you guys know I do have a channel where I do all of my live streams. I go live over there doing readings 3 days a week. Link for that channel, The Done Creative Live, is in the description below. But for this pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out what's going to happen or what you can expect over the next 24 hours. So if you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy, and focus in on piles number 1 with the Heartstone, pile number 2 with the Unicorn, and pile number 3 with the Alien. Once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also pin them as the top comment. Please, please, please remember, these are general readings, so only take the information that resonates with you and your situation and leave the rest behind. If you want a more detailed, totally 100% tailored to you reading, you can always email me at amanda@donephotodesign.com. I will put it here, and it's also found in the link. Just remove the spaces, and you can get information and pricing over at my email. So without delaying this any further, I'm going to give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, for those of you who selected pile number 1 with this cool little Heartstone that my cousin gave me, this is going to be your reading. And as always, we're going to go ahead and start with the tarot cards and then get additional guidance from your oracle cards. We have, cool. So we have the King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Six of Swords. So for many of you that selected this pile, this could be highlighting a very important relationship in your life. This especially could be a love partnership. Even if you're a same-sex couple, you know, we all have divine masculine, divine feminine energies, so take it as it resonates. But for those of you who do have a significant other, there just may be a need to kind of have a little bit of space from them, especially if you've been kind of in a disagreement or a miscommunication or something. Not to say you need to shun them and walk away, and if everything seems fine, of course, don't make something where there is nothing. But for most of you, I am seeing just this need to kind of spend some of your time on your own and just kind of collecting your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own emotions. And also, this is the Six of Swords. I do call this my internet card or my online card, social media. So for one specific person, I see you may be in communication and maybe meeting a future significant other on social media in the next 24 hours. But that's, again, is very specific to maybe 1 or 2 people. I'm just seeing 1 for sure. But for those of you already in a relationship, this King of Swords does speak of communication, much like the Six of Swords, but this is someone who has sort of mastered the way they communicate or just kind of who they are as a person. But again, with this King of Swords, there may be some kind of cutting words that are said, or maybe an abrupt way, either you or this significant other, or if you don't have a significant other, this just could be any other person in your life that you think highly of. Maybe they are really short with you or just not saying things in a really, politically correct way, and it might come to hurt your feelings a little bit, and that might be why you want to just sort of distance yourself, just see, did they mean that? Maybe even asking them, hey, did you mean that? What did you mean by that? Communication will be key. It's just such a good thing. Instead of assuming that someone meant what you think maybe they meant, even if you're kind of going back and forth, asking them would be the best bet. If you don't have the opportunity or ability to ask them, maybe going within and just seeing, what is this trigger or thing that happened? What is this trying to say to me? But with this Queen of Wands also, this is that very inspirational queen, the queen who is just living her best life, doing her thing, maybe even working on some sort of creative project, or just really motivated to take action in a direction that really serves your highest good. So again, some of you may be collaborating or corresponding with certain people online, or using your social media platform to post something that will then inspire other people. That's kind of how I'm reading this combination here. So let's go ahead and get some additional guidance from your oracle cards. Okay, so we're going to start right down here in the middle with Ludwig van Beethoven. So it says here, a wrong note is insignificant. Playing without passion is inexcusable. So again, a wrong note, that's a little mistake, right? But playing without passion, that is inexcusable. Playing anything without passion, inexcusable, according to Ludwig van Beethoven. So really what I want to say with this is, just a mistake that you made, or maybe another friend or significant other made, it's not enough to just completely walk away 100% totally goodbye, I'm done with you kind of energy. Unless some of you are at that breaking point that it is the last straw, then of course follow your own inner guidance on that. But playing without passion is inexcusable. What I'm seeing this as meaning for you guys this next 24 hours is just that you really are done just feeling stagnant or feeling like nothing's really exciting, and you may have to make your own excitement. And again, along the way, the next 24 hours, maybe you waste a little more time than you had planned online just trying to find that passion, find that spark, find that inspiration. Some of you may be looking for design inspiration or decor inspiration on Pinterest or Instagram or something, and maybe you spend a little more time than you had hoped on there, but you're actually getting some inspiration. So it is time well spent is what I'm seeing here. But it says here, listen, destiny is knocking at your door. So again, I really am drawn especially to that Queen of Wands, and I do feel, even if you are the male and you have a female counterpart or another male counterpart, I am seeing or reading this Queen of Wands as your energy over this next 24 hours especially. So with this destiny is knocking at your door, really what I'm seeing is the fact that you guys are taking the destiny, you're taking the reins of your own future into your hands, and you're going in a direction that's better going to serve you. You're done playing small. You're done letting life just happen to you. You're ready to let life happen for you as a result of you kind of co-conspiring with the universe to make your best life happen is really what I'm seeing. But again, not all of it's going to happen within this next 24 hours. This is kind of a starting point, or maybe an epiphany or some sort of aha moment for some of you, that you're getting this idea or this inspiration that you're then going to take to the streets, so to speak. So then we also have here conduct a symphony in silence. So silence, spending time alone, again with that Six of Swords, kind of moving away. And of course, as opposed to the Eight of Cups, which is also kind of leaving a situation that is no longer emotionally fulfilling, this is a slightly different energy with the Six of Swords. In my opinion, with this card, this person's not sure where they're going. They're just kind of excited and ready for something new, but they're not 100% sure exactly where it is they're going. And conduct a symphony in silence. You will kind of get your bearings or kind of get your sea legs, so to speak, by going within, by getting introspective, because you do have here the number 7. 16 adds up to a 7, which is all about that introspection, the hermitude, as I like to say, the hermited solitude. I made up my own word. It's called hermitude. You're going into hermitude a little bit over the next 24 hours. Again, even if it's just for an hour, to really separate your energy from others so that you can get your bearings and know, okay, what is my plan? What do I want to do? How do I feel right now? It's going to vary for each of you, kind of what energy you're in. But with the empty well, it says here time to replenish. So some of you have been busy or just kind of spending your time not so wisely, and now spirit and your higher self are asking you to just kind of come back to center, do some grounding, get out in nature, do some self-care, just kind of check back in with your own soul for even if it's just for an hour over this next 24 hours. You still have 23 hours to do other things, but just take one of these hours if you possibly can, or more if that's possible for you, then do it. But replenish that well, because again, you can't pour from an empty cup. And I always like to say on my channel, you shouldn't be pouring from your cup at all. It should be that overflow that comes from your cup that you're giving to other people, because we don't want to be depleted. Once we start pouring from our own cup, we start to get depleted, which, we all do pretty much all day, every day, because we're kind of taught in the systems that are set up on this earth that we have to deplete ourselves and kind of sacrifice our happiness and our joy and our own just inner light to go to work, to please other people, to keep our schedules, to do whatever it is we're set out to do that day. But you're bringing it back to center, at least for an hour, hopefully over these next 24 hours. So then we have the number 22. So many of you may be seeing the number 16, the number 7, the number 22, or the number 4. If you add that up, it is that number of stability and building a new foundation and good support in your life. But the number 22 especially is going to be everywhere for you guys over the next 24 hours. Some of you watching this may have already been seeing a lot of the number 22, seeing on the clock 122, 222, 1022. You're just seeing it everywhere. But with this Fool's Embrace card here, it says transmuting pain. So some of you, especially if you're watching this at the time of my posting, I am filming this on May the 4th, be with you, May the 4th. So the current energy, what's going on right as I'm filming this, but this vibe is still going on. Even if you watch this 10 years from now, this vibe is still going on in your inner environment. But I'll just let you know what's going on this day right now, or kind of what's been going on and kind of leading up to today, is the Schumann resonance has been whiting out. I don't know if you can see this. Hopefully we can. Let me... Okay, so this normally would be green and blue. That's kind of the default operation of the Schumann resonance, but these big white splotches and lines, those are white out situations, and that is when the energy is really pouring into this planet. And we have been getting bombarded over and over and over the last couple of weeks with higher vibrational energy coming in. So of course, when this happens, anything that is not serving our highest good, say buried traumas, buried wounds, old emotional pain that's been just laying dormant or stagnant or buried within our aura, it's coming up to be transmuted. Transmuting means that you are healing it or transforming that pain into something that can actually serve your highest good. And you guys, this is powerful energy. These energies you're in, even if you're watching this way down the road, the vibe that I'm getting for you is that the time is ripe, the time is right for you to be able to transmute old pain and do a massive amount of healing. So especially those of you who have the ability to spend as much time alone out of other people's energy over this next 24-hour period, from the time you're watching this, kind of started the kickoff of that 24-hour cycle for you. But the more alone time you can have, or introspection time, or time to just be vulnerable and allow, go into meditation and just see what comes up. Allow whatever is coming up to be felt. You gotta feel it to heal it, to deal with it, to release it. That's what I always say here on my channel. So the last card, but we're not completely done. I want to draw a couple of dice. I got some fun new dice to use as kind of charms here in the reading, so we're gonna get into that. I totally forgot to mention that in the intro, but yay, fun surprise. Right after this card, we have a little bit more coming. But here it says, what is the best use of me? Instead of telling the universe what you want, ask the universe, how can I best serve you? What would you have me do? Be, create. What's the best use of me today? And wow, what a powerful way to spend this alone time that your higher self and spirit are calling you to make happen over these next 24 hours. And I will even go out on a limb and say these energies will be available to you over the next 72 hours. So especially those of you who are like, man, the next 24 hours, I'm booked solid, I'm busy, I can't do this. I really do see over the next even 96 hours, like 4 days, 3 days, 4 days from now, you still have access to this energy to really allow yourself to do a massive clearing or a massive purge of old emotions and healing. This is really, really big for you guys. So over the next 24 hours, kind of going into 4 days from now, if you can schedule some time just to be with yourself and see what the universe will have you do, how you can serve the universe, that will be really beneficial for your own healing journey. All right, so here we have my little box that I put my stuff in. These are, let me grab the box. Okay, so this is one of the 3 boxes of story cubes that I have here, and it's just a fun little way to, you could create stories, language development, a party game or icebreaker when you meet new people, but we're gonna kind of use these like charms. So I'm gonna grab maybe 2 or 3 of these and just roll them on the table, see what pops up as an additional message for you. Okay. I'm closing my eyes, just so you know. Okay. We've got 2 coming in hot. Okay. All right, here. So we have a letter, like it's addressed to someone with a stamp and everything. And we also have a little emoji guy that is shouting. I'm gonna get a closer up view for you guys because you cannot see those from where we're at. with this yelling emoji guy, this is like warning. But the fact that I set him down now here next to the King of Swords, this is all about minding what you say, not saying something that you're going to regret. And again, going back to those of you with the significant other, someone close to you, that maybe there is a miscommunication or just not the nicest way, or someone's short with you or something. This is just saying, you know, not to take that personally, because really this is them reflecting their own pain outwardly is really what I'm seeing. Or if you do that to them, that is you reflecting your own pain out. So apologize if that's you. If it's someone else, I guess maybe pretend that they apologized and just move on. But just be very mindful of your own words, your own actions, just how you're operating in the world, especially with those around you. So with this envelope letter here, this is just saying also with that King of Swords, that is that communication king, to maybe reach out to someone you haven't heard from in a while. Again, of course, first, take care of you. But after your cup is running over again, maybe reach out to someone you haven't heard from, or if there's some correspondence, some email that you have to answer, or just something that you've been putting off kind of on your to-do list. Also, I'm seeing that as something, a bill that maybe you want to get paid, something like that you are taking care of over the next 24 hours. So I hope this resonated for you. And did you guys like these little story cubes? I think they're kind of fun. They're much like the charms, but kind of a new spin on the charms. So I think they're going to be a fun little addition to the readings here. But you will have to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share. And thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative, and also over on my live stream channel, the Done Creative Live, where I go live doing readings over there 3 days a week. So check the link for the description for that channel. All right, bye. All right, for those of you who chose pile number 2 with this little unicorn, this is going to be your reading. And as always, we're gonna start with the tarot and get additional guidance from your oracle cards. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, so we have the Hermit, the World, and the Queen of Cups. So these next 24 hours are going to be pretty transformational for you guys. This is with 2 major arcanas and then one of the monarchy of the cups suit, the Queen here. This is major energy. This is not small potatoes. This is something where, much like group 1, with this Hermit here, you guys are going within. There may be additional messages in group 1 for you, because I do see very similar energies. But these next 24 hours are going to be crucial for you to do some healing, some purging of old emotions, spending time alone if at all possible. And I was telling group 1 that there's maybe up to a 4-day corridor after you watch this, that this major healing energy will be available to you. So say you're booked solid the rest of this next 24 hours and you're like, shoot, I missed my opportunity. No, over these next 4 days, I really am seeing that you can still take advantage of this healing purge energy that's going on. And I'm hearing also for you and group 1 as well that this is going to happen anyway. It's just best if you can possibly plan to be able to be somewhere where you can be vulnerable, where you can let your emotions out and not feel overwhelmed or like you have to stuff it back down. Get somewhere where you can just be vulnerable and allow any emotions that come to the surface to be felt. So you got to feel them to heal them, to deal with them. Again, that's what I see. But with this World card here, some of you may be wanting to plan a trip. Some of you may even be on this trip or about to start or embark on this trip as you're watching this. But others of you, it just might be a good idea to kind of plan a trip or to start thinking about where would I want to go if I could take a trip. Even if it's just a day trip in your local area, there is this need for you to get out and kind of expand your horizons. Of course, this energy is kind of going into the next weeks, months, not just over a 24-hour period. But for the World also, I am just seeing you want to maybe even reach out to people that are across the world, that are on your friends list or family members that you haven't heard from or that you miss, and just letting them know, hey, I'm thinking about you, I love you, how are you doing? But with this Queen of Cups here as well, your intuition, your spiritual senses, so to speak, are really going to be heightened. So I don't know if you are watching this sometime near a full moon or a new moon or a really significant transit of the moon within your own birth chart, which you can always look up where is the moon transiting right now, and then compare that to your own birth chart if you want some additional astrological homework just to see what's going on. But with her, this depiction here, her third eye is wide open. So over these next 24 hours, the veil is going to be very thin for you guys to be able to see beyond just the 5 regular senses. And also, Queen of Cups, emotions, lots of emotions. This overflowing cup here is just pouring down the emotions, is really what I'm reading this as. And with the snake here on this staff of the hermit here, I am seeing that these tears, if you have any tears over these next 24 hours, they are going to be very cleansing and very healing for you. So if you feel like crying, again, find a very safe place where you can get vulnerable and allow those emotions to flow, because they are coming up because you are done with whatever old cycle. Again, with the world here, the world and the wheel to me are very similar energies as far as cycles go. So what I'm seeing is you're about to finish or close out an old cycle, but you need to allow yourself to feel old emotions so that you can release them. That's how that works. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some additional guidance from your oracle cards. All right, so we're going to start right here in the middle with this wonderful Bob Marley card. One love, it says here, but it says a small axe can fell the tallest tree. So this is showing me, especially with this healing, this purging, this planning that some of you are doing, every little action that you take in the direction of what it is you're trying to manifest or whatever it is you're trying to heal is going to count. Every whack of that axe is going to put another notch or just get you that much further. And it's sad because I don't like seeing trees cut down, and I actually had a little moment before I started. I don't know if you can still hear the machinery outside, but my neighbor, they're cutting down one of their very, very tall pine trees. And about 4 or 5 years ago, they did the same with a different pine tree on their property, and I just cried. It hurts me so bad to see those beautiful, ancient, sentient beings being taken down. But again, you may be like, well, a pine tree is probably only 20, 30, 40 years old, but still, they have ancient wisdom, and it makes me sad. So maybe there's something like that in your life that comes up for you to get emotional about. I don't know. But I think it's interesting that this comes out with that exact symbolism as my neighbor, or if you can hear, I'll be quiet so you can hear the machinery. You can hear the chainsaw. I just had to remove myself from the kitchen and come up here and start filming, because if I were to watch the whole dismemberment of this tree, I think I'd have lost it even more. Sorry for the side tangent, but maybe there's some relevant information in that for you. But yes, all of your actions, all those little actions are adding up to something that's very significant in your life over these next 24 hours and beyond. But the fruits of Babylon are rotten to the core. So to me, this really does feel like kind of the status quo, what we deem as mainstream, or just kind of the systems that are put in place. I think many of you really feel that the systems are broken. The medical system, the school system, the governmental systems all over the world are broken. And fun fact, govern means control, and ment means mind. So mind control, government. Fun fact, craziness, isn't it? But yes, the fruits of Babylon are rotten to the core. So many of you are maybe my starseeds, my light workers, my earth angels that know you're here to change this world for the better, or to flip the script and do something new. And maybe you're getting new insight, new downloads from your higher self, from beyond the veil, from your guides, angels, crossover loved ones, for ways that you can actually make a difference in this world. And it's not that you or anyone else has to go out and try to fix the world. Fixing you, again, no one's broken here, but fixing or leveling yourself up to the highest, greatest version of potential that is within you, that is how you change the world. Just so you know, that is how you change the world. But everything that is holy is among us here on earth. Yes, this is kind of that animistic way of thinking or way of being, where the holy isn't just some guy living up on a cloud. The holy, or God itself, herself, himself, is within everything that is sentient. Everything, the water, the animals, the plants, the trees, again with the trees, but it's in everything. That holy is in everything among us here on earth. You don't have to reach without to find God or the universe or whatever you want to call that source of all that is. You have to go within. And it's also found all around you. You don't have to go to one specific building once a week to find God. God is everywhere. That's what this is reminding you of for the next 24 hours. So you may be seeing a lot of God in action out there over these next 24 hours, or God in action in your own life, miracles and just really beautiful manifestations of spirit. Again, you're tapping beyond these 5 senses over these next 24 hours. So then we have the number 17, which adds up to an 8, which again is about action. Eye of the Needle, intentionality. So when this card comes out, this is reminding you to set your intentions. Again, with the world, with that planning of maybe taking a future trip or planning something that's going to last longer than just these 24 hours. But when you put your intention into something, intentions and expectations are kind of different. But what I'm seeing with these intentions is you're letting life happen for you rather than life happening to you. And I did say that same thing in group 1. So again, there may be additional messages for you in group 1 because I'm seeing very similar underlying energies. But again, I did have to show group 1, so I'll probably just show you guys too. The Schumann resonance is kind of off the chain, whiting out. If you don't know what the Schumann resonance is, it's the heartbeat of the earth, but we are being bombarded. Let me just that in focus. See those white patches? The Schumann should kind of look like this here, the kind of green and blue, but those white patches, that's higher vibrational energy pouring onto this planet right now. So you guys may be feeling that. If you're watching this at the time of my posting, you may actually be feeling what I just showed you, but if you're watching this at a later date, just know that that sort of energy is accessible to you, or maybe the Schumann is popping off once again when you're watching this. But setting those intentions and keeping your expectations or your intentions very positive, that's going to help bring you out of any emotional stuff that you need to release and purge. But also here with the number 2, beloved, radical acceptance. And yes, 2s are a number about partnership and love as well, but I am really reading this beloved card as you radically accepting yourself, especially those who have been having some kind of mystical experiences or kind of tapping more into your other senses, your psychic senses. This is you accepting who you are and not discounting the things you're seeing, feeling, hearing, experiencing, or just knowing. I'm seeing claircognizance coming online really strong for a lot of you. You just know things and you don't know how you know it, but you sure know it. That's called claircognizance, clear knowing, claircognizance. You guys really are just knowing things without knowing how you know that you know them, but you know that you know them. Okay, I will stop with that. But also, you can take this another way. For those of you who do have a beloved or a significant other, this is just you radically accepting that person as well, or just any significant someone in your life, a parent, a child, a friend, a coworker, just radically accepting people for who they are, because again, we can't change other people. Even the things we don't like about them, we have no access to change that, but we do have access to change how we perceive that, if that makes sense. Okay, so we have also here the High Vibe card, and I love that that came out with Bob Marley. But your core essence resonates at the level of the angels. Again, tapping into those higher senses. When you awaken to this fact, while keeping your tippy toes on the ground, again, remaining grounded with that world energy there, getting out in nature, you raise the vibration for yourself and everyone around you, closing the gap between heaven and earth. Keep it up. So again, keeping those positive intentions, positive expectations, positive mindset, positive thinking, this is really going to help bring everything back into alignment for you guys. And I know I did not mention this at the beginning of the reading, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet. I've got this fun little box here full of what are called story cubes. I just got these at a secondhand store. I got 3 decks of these. They come in a little box similar to my deck. But we've got 9 cubes with 54 images per box, and I've got 3 boxes. So 54 times 3, that's how many different pictures or depictions are in this box. So I'm going to kind of mix these around with my eyes closed and pick out 2 or 3 of them, and let's see what we get. Right, so we have a footprint, and I'm going to show you guys up top as well so we can get a good clear view of these, because you cannot see them all the way down on the table. All right, so that's what we're working with. So we have a footprint, and we have the drama masks. I never know what these are called. One happy face, one sad face, which to me is very Gemini energy. So you may be yourself a Gemini, sun, moon, or rising, or you're just going through a lot of kind of up and down emotions, again with that emotional purge and the stuff going on with the Queen of Cups and the Hermit here. There's a lot coming up, but there are those happy moments to be found over these next 24 hours, not just sad moments or healing. There's happy and healing as well that are coming up for you to feel. So you got to feel it to heal it, to deal with it. With this Barefoot card, pairing that up with the World, I am seeing you getting out in nature, doing some earthing. If you don't know what earthing is, it's just walking barefoot on the earth, because the earth gives off negative ions, which you think, oh no, I don't want negative. No. You want the negative ions. It's the electronics that give off the positive ions. So you want to get yourself out in nature barefoot if at all possible, or putting your palms or your bare feet or your skin touching the bare earth, the sand, the water, the ocean, whatever it is you can get out in that nature as unimpeded by shoes as you can possibly get, and really connect to the earth. That will really help your vibration. That will help anything that's kind of stuck or stagnant emotional energy. That will help that come up as well. So I think that is all I'm seeing for you, my dear group 2, but you will have to let me know below what you thought. Maybe Invin especially, what did you think of the fun story cubes? Is this something you think is a fun addition to the channel here? I kind of think it is. I like it. But let me know any stories you want to share or thoughts below. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative, and also over on my new live stream channel where I go live 3 times a week, called The Done Creative Live. A link for that channel is in the description box below. Alright, bye! Alright, group number 3, let's find out what's ahead for you over these next 24 hours. If you're anything like groups 1 and 2, we may be even feeling that energy going up about 4 days from now. So let's take this as it resonates, but let's go ahead and start with your tarot cards and then get additional guidance from the oracle cards. Alright, so this looks a little par for the course as far as what's going on with groups 1 and 2 as well. But we've got here the 7 of Wands, we've got the 4 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles. So there may be some financial gain, or just you planning for some financial gain, or like making a business plan, or just really working toward that business you've already started, or a side hustle, or just your job. Maybe you really are working on something with your job. But many of you kind of have been in this lack mentality. If that doesn't resonate, this just feels kind of feeling stuck financially, like, it's like you're still working and doing all these things, but the money's just not really saving up or accumulating. But that's about to change for you here in the next 24 hours. At least your mindset about your money accumulation, it's all changing for the better. So even if your kind of mindset around money is really good right now, it's going to level up even more over the next 24 hours. But there is something coming up. There may be a bit of adversarial kind of contact with someone. I don't think this is an all-out duel or anything, but I just heard rising above the fray, rising above other people's drama, rising above what you're seeing on the news, just rising above. And as you rise above, you go within, is what I'm hearing as well. So the major themes with what we had in groups 1 and 2 as well, of wanting to just kind of separate your energy from other people so that you can actually know what's meant for you, what it is you're here to do, what it is you want to figure out. A lot of times though, with this 7 of Wands, I do see this as kind of the house, I call it the house fire energy, because the regular Rider-Waite depiction, the guy is wearing 2 different shoes and he's in battle. It's like he had to rush out of the house right quick because there was something amiss. You may kind of get sideswiped by someone else's drama. To me, this doesn't even feel like anything that you need to put your attention into. It's just that you have the choice whether to attach to it or say, nah, I'm good up here, kind of rising above, and you guys have at it. This feels like something that might happen online, social media. Could happen at work with all this pentacle energy, very grounded energy. Could be you seeing people kind of arguing if you're out walking in the park or something. This to me, again, does not feel like anything that's you. This feels like something you could involve yourself in if you choose, or you can just kind of sidestep it and keep going on your merry way. And that would be the best word of advice for what I'm seeing here. There's just nothing in this for you to gain. It's almost like empty calories of drama is really what I'm seeing this thing as. So you may be able to totally avoid this just by keeping your vibe high and keeping in your own energy and just not trying to tangle with anyone else's energy. But I also am seeing that any hard work you're putting in now, that you've been putting in, just continue to do that. That's going to pay off for you very soon, because I'm already seeing some ripe fruit has hit the ground here, or maybe this has grown right out of the earth. I'm not sure. They look like apples or maybe peaches or pears. I don't know. It could be one of, or all three of them. I don't know. But this person has put in all this work to plant the seed, to water the seedling, and to watch it grow, and now it's bearing fruit, and this person's about ready to be able to harvest. So keep going on any goals or ideas that you have. Keep going forward. So let's go ahead and get into your oracle cards. Okay, so wow, this is very, very interesting. There is that word overwhelm, and that was kind of what I was getting with this as well, but it really, again, it doesn't feel like anything you need to try to involve yourself in. Like, even if you're like, okay, now they're showing me, if you're a parent of young children, as long as they're not hurting each other, maybe just let them have their disagreement. I know a lot of times I kind of have to pick my battles with my kids. It's like, do I really need to step in and referee this, or can I just kind of let them work it out on their own? Of course, if they start getting a little physical with things, I have to always step in, but it could be something as simple as that you're just choosing not to engage in. If you can avoid it at all possible, let whoever's engaged in whatever they're doing kind of work it out for themselves. Because you can take this word, because it's an overflow card. Plenty is another word here, and you could just put that back with the bounty that we are seeing here with the Seven of Pentacles. Yes, maybe this a goal that you're trying to achieve, or this thing you've been working toward, is overwhelming to you in a way, and you may feel that kind of overwhelmed, a little bit of stressful energy coming up surrounding whatever it is you've been working on. But just know that it's going to pay off again with that plenty, overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. So with the overwhelm comes the reward as well. We have the number 43 here, which adds up to a 7. So again, we've had a 7 or a hermit energy in every pile we've done here today for these next 24-hour readings. So going within, introspecting, being a hermit, the hermitude, the hermit solitude, as I like to call it, the hermitude. You guys are just going within to really figure out what is best for you. What plans do you have that you can follow through on now to reap some benefits, or what plans do you have that maybe it's just not the divine or right time to move forward on those. Really getting introspective with what you have, especially those of you who are looking to make more coin. This is very positive energy for you, and I've done it in all three or the other two piles, so I'm going to also show you guys as well. But the Schumann resonance has been really popping off at the time of my filming over the last weeks. It's just really been going crazy, and I'll show you guys what's kind of going on here. It will focus. So you see here, normally it will kind of look like this blue and green, but we've had lots of whiteout patches and lines of whiteout going on with the Schumann resonance, which means this is an influx of higher vibrational energy that's been coming into the planet, coming in hot, and many of you may be feeling it, and other people may be feeling it, and that's why they are kind of adversarial with each other, or trying to get you engaged in some adversarial activities, and you're just not here for it. You're here to go within over these next 24 hours especially, but those of you who are wanting to ground that higher vibrational energy, you have 2 earth cards here. So grounding that energy by getting out in nature, writing out your goals while you have your bare feet on the earth would be a really beautiful and beneficial way to kind of start making those dreams a reality. It's like you're planting the seed for something that will then sprout, and then you will nurture and care for and water and watch come to grow some beautiful, bountiful fruit for you in the future. So then we have here the Ravi Shankar card. So wonderful Indian artist. It says here, always read and play between the lines. And I think here, going back up to the 7 of Wands, these people that want to engage you in their drama, or hey, have you seen the news? Have you seen this news story? It's like, is my energy really needed there right now? Probably not. So you're reading between the lines. Is someone trying to hook you into drama just by trying to, have some small talk about the news? Really feel out what's going on in not just the words that people are saying, but kind of the unspoken things below the words. On The Office, when Stanley Hudson tells Michael Scott, when he's listening back to one of Jan's voicemails, he's like, you really gotta listen to the pauses. The women really speak in the words they don't say, basically. And that's really what I'm picking up here as well. It's like someone says one thing, but their kind of tone or the way what they're not saying kind of speaks more volume than what they are saying. Use your own intuition on that. That could really resonate differently for each of you. But then here it says your true nature is reflected in silence. So yes, going within, getting out in nature and being silent, and then really feeling into your own soul. That's where you're going to get your true authentic self. That's where you're going to find who you are on that soul level. And silence is the best medicine, and so is nature, for tapping into your authentic self. But then here we have music is the infinite space between two souls. I just love that. I think that's such a beautiful quote that you can meditate on, just to feel, what does that mean? Because I think it's going to mean different things for each of you, so I don't even want to interpret that. I'll read it again. Music is the infinite space between two souls. So interpret at your own will. Okay. So then here we have the number 26, which adds up to 8, which is all about action, action, action. And pairing that up with the 7 of Pentacles, yes, action. And we've got some cute little mushrooms and nature sprites here kind of hanging out, or nature spirits, gathering around the power of community. So this would look like, in the next 24 hours, you really feeling into your own agendas, your own goals, what it is you want to accomplish, and really feeling those around you who would really benefit from your presence with these goals, or how could you help someone with their goals? How can they help you with your goal? Really gathering around the community of people who are like-minded, who are similar vibration to you, people who can really help you and you can really help them. But you may be the one reaching out to somebody to say, hey, have you ever thought of doing this? Or do you want to help me do this? Something like that. So then here we have the Blessed Unrest card. Even in moments of dissatisfaction, be grateful that your preferred experience is being highlighted in your awareness, elevated above the loud crowd of possibilities. Now your desire is undeniable, so you can move more powerfully in the direction of your dreams. So yes, that rise above energy I was talking about earlier is found in this card here. And again, getting away from that loud crowd of people is going to help you really hear your own inner voice and what is meant for you. Oh wow, I just saw a orb out of the corner of my eye. It was really beautiful and powerful, white light energy. Oh my gosh, now my crown is tingling. So someone is here to visit someone. You may have a crossed over loved one you've really been resting. I'm reading the card here. Missing, and maybe they are just popping into this reading for you right now to let you know, hey, I'm with you. I love you. I want to help you move in this direction of your dreams. You got it. You got this. And maybe you are gathering your more spiritual community, people who are like-minded, or nature spirits, or crossed over loved ones, your own guides and angels. Maybe that's who you're wanting to gather around with this Power of Community card as well. I know I didn't mention it already, but we're not finished. We have a fun little addition here to the reading in this box here. So let's get ready for this fun. So what we've got going on here, we've got story cubes. My mom bought me these at a secondhand store. They're really cool little dice with little pictures on them, and I figured we can kind of use them as like a little charm reading. So what I'm gonna do is close my eyes and kind of move them around and grab 2 and just kind of roll them out, 2 or 3, whatever comes out, and then we'll do the reading. And this gets loud, so I'm gonna quiet as I do this. All right, I love this. This is cool. Okay, so this is so neat. So this beans card, I'm going to show you guys these up top so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little beans, and then a little guy here doing some weightlifting, and he's got some sweat coming off of him. So what I want to say about the beans here, to me these feel like Jack's beans, like Jack and the Beanstalk, like the magical beans. But to me this is your goals. You're planting the seeds of these goals, these desires, these wishes over these next 24 hours. Maybe even just with this next 24 hours, you're just making the list to get started. Or some of you have already been on this track and maybe you're ticking something off that long to-do list. But there's something coming up for you guys where you're going to be able to finally reap those rewards that you have really put the hard work into. You're going to see those rewards start to pay off for you. Some of you will see those rewards come in the next 24 hours. Others of you, what you're doing in the next 24 hours is really going to shape the outcome of something that you're planning for. Then with this little weightlifter guy here, it's again, just keep going, keep plodding forth, keep putting in the work. Again, make sure you're taking time to rest so you don't get overwhelmed, but that doesn't mean you're giving up. But I am seeing you just taking a little break and then going back to work, and then taking a break and then going back to work. So it's not like you're burning yourself out, or I'm even now reading the Seven of Wands as you just kind of trying to force or push yourself into doing more than you're able to do in that moment. So again, really gauging what is it I can do right now and what can wait till later, because you don't have to push yourself so much that you burn yourself out. That's really what I see. So over the next 24 hours, don't push too hard, but if you have that extra gumption or desire to keep pushing forward, then do so. But again, balance that out later by making sure you're getting some rest. So you guys will have to let me know below, do you like these cute little story cubes as an addition to the reading? To me, they read a lot like charms do, so very similar, but fun and different as well. I don't think I've ever seen any other readers use these story cubes, so maybe that's a little unique thing I can offer here. But you will have to let me know below any stories you want to share or anything, any comments. I always love to read what you guys have to say, and as always, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things, and I really truly do hope to see you right here back at the Done Creative, and also over on my new live stream channel, the Done Creative Live, where I go live 3 days a week doing readings over there. The link for that channel is in the description below. Alright, bye!